Shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Rakatah to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Al Thumb. By Hashem Yahushua to the sisters. Today is Tuesday, Brotherhood class. Let's clap it up for the Lord. Yes, we're going to go right in, because in the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, since 1969, ISUPK been teaching that Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the chosen people of this Bible. And we're gonna go straight in because Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, which you in Harlem, which you was in Yonkers, and all over, the 50 states and all over the world, we are distraught. And we have been, taught lies. And pretty much we don't really know what is brotherhood or sisterhood. But we're gonna start off with the first scriptures so I'll give you the understanding of what this class is going to be about. And this is the scripture. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. I will read it when you got it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right there. See, that's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. Now that's Moses talking to the Israelites, not talking to everybody. He's talking to the Israelites, and he's letting his brethren know, he's letting his sister know that if we hearken, if we listen, read that from the top. I'm going to break it down for the audience.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass.
Stop right there. So it's saying, Moses saying, it shall come to pass. Like this will happen. This will happen. So the things that I'm about to tell you, this will happen. Read.
If thou shalt hearken diligently.
Stop right there. So thou shalt hearken diligently. Now, hearken means to listen. Diligently, like listen with eager. So thou shalt hearken, diligently. Thou shalt listen eager. Read.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
The voice, read that again. The Lord what?
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Listen to your God, his voice, not everybody's voice, the Israelites' voice, which is today the Blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Indians. Read.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
To observe and to do all his commandments. Your God wants you to do all his commandments. This is for the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read.
Which I command thee this day.
Read.
That the Lord thy God will set thee above, Salakia, set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So he's saying, read that over again, please. Start from set thee on high.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So Moses is telling, his brothers, his sisters, that if you follow the Lord's statute commandments and you listen to him, the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, the Israelites, will be set on high above all nations if we follow his laws. He's not talking to everybody. Moses is not talking to everybody. He is talking to his family. He is talking to his brothers. He is talking to his sisters. He's talking to his sister. Barbershop, drop that and give me 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Now, if we listen to the Most High God, if we listen, if we follow his laws, we'll be set on high above all nations. Above all nations. But what are we right now? Because we don't want to listen to the Most High God. We want to do our own thing. Now look at the conditions of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Look at this. Look at the conditions. Read let me get 1 John chapter 5, verse 3, please.
1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
Read.
For this is the love of God.
For this is the love of God. Because everybody says, I love God. But love is an action word. That's what love is. Read.
That we keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments. Now Moses was letting the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian, letting his brothers and sisters know, let his family know, if we follow, you know what I'm saying, the Lord's statutes, commandments. If we follow the Lord's statute commandments, and read.
And his commandments are not grievous.
If his commandments is not grievous. So Moses say, if you follow the Lord's statutes commandments, you will be set on high above all nations. Then you go into the book of John, First John chapter 5, verse 3. And read that again, please, Baba Shaw, from the top.
First John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God.
For this is the love of God. This is the love of God. Everybody said that they love God. You know what I'm saying? Everybody run to the church. You know what I'm saying? People in the Christian church talking about they love God. And in the Muslim mosque and, you know what I'm saying, the Roman Catholic Church and all this nonsense, they all say that they love God. Love is an action word, read.
That we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
Keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments. Now, what I told you before, Moses, the commandments was only given to the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's who Moses was talking about. Those are the commandments that the Most High gave to Moses so he could give to his brothers, so he could give to his sisters. So we could be set on high above all nations. No, you know what I'm saying? No 50-50. We're supposed to be above high of all nations. And read that from the top again in First John's.
First John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God,
read.
That we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
So if we keep his commandments, and his commandments is not grievous. Everybody think, oh, you know what I'm saying? The Most High commandments are hard to do. No, it's not hard to do. It's so hard to treat your brother kind. That got to be hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard to treat you know what I'm saying, your next door neighbor as yourself. That got to be hard. You know what I mean? To being kind to your next door neighbor, to not whore out your sisters and not try to kill your brothers, not try to get over on your brothers and sisters. That got to be, you know what I'm saying? That's not hard to do. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to say, excuse me, my brother. Excuse me, my sister. That's not hard to do. And that is the love of God. That is the love of God. But but in the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you know what I'm saying? We kind of like, you know, we've been taught different. We've been taught by, you know what I'm saying, the Most High God, but we've been taught by our oppressor, saying that it's okay if your brother do something to you. You know what I'm saying? Go out and hurt him. Not forgive him, but go out and hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Bear a grudge against your brother. These are the people that we learn from. Instead of forgiving your brother, because guess what? You want somebody to forgive you, right? You want somebody to forgive you. So let me go to pull Leviticus chapter. Let's go to chapter 19, verse 17. You know? Because you know what I'm saying? Our oppressor is teaching us something else. He's not teaching us, you know what I'm saying, the law, statute, commandments, you know, and saying that, you know, if you follow the Most High laws, you know what I'm saying, you'll be set on high. No, we follow behind the oppressor. We following his laws instead of the Most High laws. Because the Most High laws will put us above. He will put us above, and his laws is not grievous, it's not hard to do. Let me get Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Yeah, right there. So, you know, I let my brother, you know, I let my brother read the scripture so you could get to, like, you know what I'm saying, a brief understanding of the scripture that I'm about to break down. So start from the top, Baba Shaw.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Stop right there. It said, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. That's a law right there. That's one. You know what I'm saying. That's the law right there. That's in Deuteronomy what Moses was talking about. And the Most High say, if you follow, you know what I'm saying, if you love Him, you would keep His commandments, and His commandments not grievous. That's a commandment. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. What we doing in our community? We hating our brother in our heart. We hate him, which means in your mind. Just because what? He stepped on your sneakers? That's the reason why you hate this brother? Because he stepped on your sneakers? You know, you're holding a grudge against your brother from like 30 years ago or against your sister? You know what I'm saying? But you want somebody, you know what I'm saying, not hold, you know what I'm saying, hatred in their heart towards you for what you've been doing. Read.
That was it.
Read it from, it starts from, thy now shalt hate thy brother in thy heart. After that, Baba Shah.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So it says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt not, another commandment, thou shalt not rebuke, no, thou shalt not any wise rebuke thy neighbor. Rebuking mean to kind of like to hold, you know what I'm saying, to like, you know what I'm saying, to like manipulate them, you know what I'm saying, try to bear like a grudge, bearing like false witness, you know what I mean, because you hate them in your heart. And you hate them in your heart, so you try to bear false witness against your brother because you're holding this much anger, and that, you know what I'm saying, and not suffer sin upon you because you want to do something to your brother because he stepped on your sneakers. You want to do something to your sister because she got a little mouthy. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to do that. Blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Indians, stop, you know what I'm saying? Stop holding such, you know what I'm saying, hatred, you know what I'm saying, toward your brother in your heart, which means your mind. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to suffer sin. So just because now that brother did something to you, you're going to do something exactly, you know what I'm saying, exactly what's equal to back to him. You're going to sin upon him if he sin upon you. That's what you're going to do. So you was wrong as he was wrong. He was, you know what I'm saying, you wrong as he's wrong. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's therefore, but we following behind this oppressor. We following, you know what I'm saying, we following behind other nations. It's not hard to forgive that brother. It's not hard to forgive that sister. It's not hard to be polite and courteous to your brothers and sisters. It's not hard at all. But we make it hard. You know what I'm saying? Because we holding grudges, because we have not been taught. We just been learning, you know what I'm saying? We've been learning from the TVs. We've been learning from our oppressor. We've been learning for, like, you know what I'm saying, with brothers, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters in the street, which they don't know. We've been trying to learn from our parents, but they just did their best. But you know what I'm saying? But we have not been taught this. We have not been taught how to be a brother or how to be the sister. But there's a place on this earth where you can be taught how to be a brother and how to be a sister. And that is in the school of ISUPK. Started off in 1 West 125th Street. And since 1969, we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians how to not hold, you know, hold hate in their heart, which is their mind. How in no wise, you know what I'm saying? How in no wise to rebuke your neighbor and rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer a sin upon them. That's what you would learn this in this school in the ISUPK. That's what you would learn. You know what I mean? That's because we have not been taught that. We need to be taught again how to be a brother and how to be a sister. All right? Let me get Salakia. Let me get Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18. Baba Shah.
Verse 18.
Read.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
There we go right there. There we go right there. So, Baba Shah, can you read that from the top again?
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Stop right there. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against thy people. Thou shalt not avenge. So you're going to go out because you're, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody, you know what I'm saying, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, something happened. You got into a little struggle, you got a little fight, so on and so forth. So you're going to go out and, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get revenge because you got beat up. Because you got beat up. So you're going to go out and murder that brother. Go out and murder that brother because y'all got into a little fight. Yeah, you know what I mean? You got into a little fight. You still, you know what I'm saying, waiting revenge on your brother since, like, you know what I'm saying, 5 years ago? You going to get that, you know what I'm saying? You going to get that brother? Or you know what I'm saying, you hate your sisters because something, you know what I'm saying, end up happening to you, and you don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, and the sister, you know, somewhat disrespect you, and you don't know how to deal with it, so you disrespect all sisters, and you vow revenge and not, you know what I'm saying, and always disrespecting sisters. No, that's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to work. But the thing is, the reason why you're doing what you have to do because you have to be taught again. You have to be taught how to be a brother and not hold revenge against, you know what I'm saying, against your people. Because the only people that we have is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That is us. That's us people. You know what I'm saying? Those are the only people who we are. You know what I'm saying? Read that from the top.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against thy children of thy people.
There you go. Don't bear any grudges. Don't hold any grudges. Thou shalt not. That means this is a commandment. This is a commandment. And I know it's hard, you know what I'm saying? I know it's hard because you're thinking about, your mind is racing about what happened between you and the brother. Guess what? It's the both of y'all fault. It's the both of y'all fault. If you want to settle this, you come to the school. We could settle all differences because we are priests and prophets of the Lord in the ISUPK. This is what we do. This is what we do all day and every day. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Do not revenge nor bear, you know what I'm saying? Nor bear a grudge that you're holding for like 20 or 30 years for your father, for your mother, for, you know what I'm saying? For your so-called friends and stuff like that. Come on. That's not, you know what I mean? In 1 John chapter 5, verse 3, and said, his commandments is not grievous. His commandments is not grievous. This is love. This is brotherhood. This is sisterhood. Read from grudge.
Nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The only neighbors blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians have is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Those are the only neighbors we have. We don't have no other neighbors than that. And those are the neighbors that we hold in grudge against. We vow in revenge against. You know what I'm saying? We hating them in our hearts, which means in our minds. We suffer sin upon them because we've been broken from this oppressor. This oppressor, we learning this oppressive ways. He hate, you know what I'm saying? He suffered sins upon his people. He loved war. That's what he do. He's a warlike. Those are warlike people are oppressor. That's all they do. And we learning from that. Which, you know what I'm saying, which you're supposed to learn, you know, of the priests and prophets of the ISUPK and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. What the Most High said. So we're going, let me get one more chapter because I'm trying to get, you know what I'm saying, get the brothers and sisters an understanding of how, you know what I'm saying, what I'm going to go into. So let me get 1 John chapter 4, verse 21, Baba Shah. So I'm letting you know because a lot of things is going on in our community, you know, and I just finished reading the scripture, so I give you, try to give you like a baseline of what my topic going to be. And what, what I'm saying, when I'm just letting you know, if you follow these laws, statutes, commandments, and if you don't suffer sin upon your brother, you would, you would be in a better place. You will definitely be in a better place. So I'll read that scripture. Read that scripture, chapter 1, 1 John, chapter 4, verse 21.
1 John chapter 4, verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
Right there. Read it again from the top, and I'm gonna break it down.
1 John chapter 4, verse 21. And this commandment have we from him.
This commandment have we from him. From who? From the Most High. The Most High gave you this commandment right here. Read.
That he who loveth God.
Now, he who loves God, because everybody said that they love God.
Right.
Everybody said that they love God. Even killers say that they love God. Even people who, whoremongers and whores say that they love God. Read it from the top.
1 John chapter 4, verse 21. And this commandment have we from him.
And this commandment means a commandment from the Most High God. And what I read in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1, say if you follow his commandments, blacks, Hispanics, the Native Indians, who are the children of Israel, will be set on high above all nations. Read.
That he who loveth God.
He who loves God, if you follow his law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
Love his brother also.
If you follow the law, statute, commandments, and his commandments not grievous, he will love his brother also. If you follow his laws. He who loveth God will follow God's laws and love his brother, will love his sister. For you to love, for you to love your brother and your sister, you have to follow the Most High God. You have to follow these laws. And I understand, I understand you have not been taught this stuff. Because everybody said that they love God. Everybody said they love God. So if you love God, you gotta love your brother. That is a command. That is something that you have to do, regardless. You have to do that. You have to do that. And his commandments is not grievous at all. It's not hard to say, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, sister. There's anything that I could do to fix this situation that, that I put us in. And I would gladly do that. And you got to be grateful. You got to be understanding about that. That is part of the Lord. That is showing that you love God and you love your brother. You know what I'm saying? By us doing these little small things, and then what it says in Deuteronomy, that if we follow his law, statutes, and commandments, and we listen to, we listen to him hard, and we follow suit, we would be set on high above all nations. We would be the top nation because you said thank you to your brother. Because you say, oh, excuse me, sister, you could go. Or, excuse me, brother, I apologize for bumping you. Or stepping in and sneaking. Those little things right there is not grievous. It's not grievous to do. Those little things will put blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians on high above everybody. Above everybody. This, this Bible, it was getting to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. And by us following these laws, statutes, and commandments, we'll be set on high. Only thing you have to do is love our neighbor as the way that we love ourselves. Yes, sir.
Slugger priest. Love is an action word.
That's right.
Love is an action word. You gotta love your brother and your sisters.
That's right.
As yourself.
That's right. That's right. And also, you finished, Baba Sean? And also we also got to realize the only neighbors that we have is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
Those are the only the only neighbors that we have. And if we love, you know what I'm saying, if we love them, because we confess that we love God, we will respect our brother. We will respect our sister. We will not be selling drugs, you know what I'm saying, to our pregnant sisters. We would not be, you know what I'm saying, going around beating up people just because we're having fun. That's what the oppressor do. We learning that from them. That's what the oppressor do. By us not doing things like that. And meanwhile, going out and helping our brothers and sisters. We'll be set on high above all nations. We'll be set on high above all nations for these little things. And it says right there in 1 John chapter 5, verse 3, mean his commandments is not grievous. These is commandments. These is things that you have to do. Now I'm gonna go into my subject right here. So let me get Genesis chapter 37, verse 3, Baba Shah. So this is Genesis chapter 37, verse 3. So right now we're talking about, I'm going to get into the subject about Joseph and his brothers and his brethren. And you know what I'm saying? And during Joseph time, which is the father of Ephraim and the Manasseh. You know what I'm saying? Which are the father of the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans. This is their father right here, Joseph. So we're gonna go into the story about Joseph and his brethren. Read that, Baba Shah, if you have it.
The book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 3. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors.
All right, stop right there. You already know I like to read all the way through so people can get to understand it. Then I'm going to break it down. So start from the top, Baba Shah.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 3. Now Israel loved Joseph.
So stop right there. So now Israel loved Joseph. Now this is Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Jacob's name was changed to Israel. He got renamed by the Most High, and he changed his name to Israel. So this is Jacob's name had been turned to Israel. Read.
More than all his children, because he was the son of his old age.
So Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age. So that means that, you know, Joseph was close to the, you know what I'm saying, the youngest. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the youngest son. It was, you know what I'm saying, it was Benjamin. But Joseph was right there. And Joseph always was hanging with his pops. He always was hanging with his pops. You know, his brothers was going out doing their thing, but Joseph was always hanging with his pops. That's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, Israel made that statement, because he's always hanging with him. You know what I'm saying? Joseph always listening to what his pops said. Sometimes, you know, his brothers doing, you know what I'm saying, their thing. But Joseph was, you know, he was always chilling with his pops. Read.
And he made him a coat of many colors.
So, you know what I'm saying, by what Joseph was showing his pops, so on and so forth, was hanging with his pops, probably chopping it up with his pops. His pops, you know, he was grateful of that. And he decided to make Joseph a coat. You know what I'm saying? With many colors. And you know that's Israel right there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You want to be flossing. So, you know, the coat had many colors. Read on.
Verse 4. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him.
So start right there. So, you know what I'm saying? Read it from the top and I'll break it down.
Verse 4. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren.
Stop right there. So, and when his brother saw that his father loved him more than all his brethren, come on, love him more all his brethren. And where's Slovakia? more than all his brethren. They hated him. They hate him because Joseph was only, you know what I'm saying, the reason why they see, you know what I'm saying, they see his father, you know what I'm saying, his father, you know what I'm saying, doing more interaction with Joseph, because Joseph was doing more interaction with his father. So, you know what I'm saying, so instead of just going to Joseph and doing, you know, and seeing what, you know what I'm saying, see what their father was doing for him, and they would do the same thing, they decided to hate him. And that's a hard word. You know what I'm saying? They decided to hate their brother because his brother was hanging with his pops. That's all his brother was doing. His brother was hanging with his pops. Read on. On hate him, and
they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him.
So not only they could, you know what I'm saying, they hated him and could not speak peacefully unto him. That means that they couldn't even go to Joseph or their father and speak to him and say, oh, why you know what I'm saying, and just ask them if, you know what I'm saying, in their head talking about that, yo, do you love Joseph more than us? Or they couldn't go to his brother and said, yo, what is the things that you doing so I could get, you know what I'm saying, get in favor with Pops? I could do exactly what you're doing. But in their mind, you know what I'm saying, in their mind, they could not speak peacefully unto him. They couldn't even go to their own brother and talk to him. This is their brother. Not only this is their brother, this is a flesh brother. And all his brothers cannot go to him and talk to him and say, oh, we feel this kind of way and squash this out. Read on.
Verse 5. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more.
Now, they couldn't even go to his brothers. You know what I'm saying? The same thing, you know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians, if they have like a little disagreement with a brother, they can't go to that brother. You know, they can't go to that brother. With that scripture, you know what I'm saying? If a brother trespasses against you, go to him and him alone. Now, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on in the streets now, but I know that was a good street code. Like, you know what I'm saying? When any brother, you know what I'm saying, that asks about another brother, you always tell that brother, yo, don't ask me anything about that brother. You go to him. You talk to him. That's a good street code. But now, you know what I'm saying? Now in these days, we don't do that. We don't go to that brother alone and say, yo, you know what I'm saying? I have some disagreements. You know what I'm saying? I have little concerns that I want to address you about. Because guess what? The brother that you're going to hates you too. Hate you too. That's it right there. Hate you too. And the reason why he hates you too, and you can't even go to him, because we following against our oppressor. We learning his behavior. We learning his behavior. This is what he do. That's the reason why, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why they, you know what I'm saying, they always going to war. These is a warlike people that we following against. We have from the top of the show.
Verse 5. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. So now Joseph went to his brother to let him know that, yo, he had a dream. He dreamed a dream, and he wanted to talk to his brothers about it. Because guess why? Guess why he went to his brothers? They his brothers. Of course I'm going to go to them. They his brothers. Not only they his brothers, they his older brothers. They his older brothers. So Joseph wanted to go talk to his brothers. But his brother was feeling the way because their father was always favoring Joseph. And I would tell you the reason why, because Joseph was always chilling with his pops. They had a relationship. And they could have had the same relationship towards their father and their father towards them if they did exactly what Joseph was doing. And now Joseph wanted to talk to his brothers.
But they, you know what I'm saying, in chapter, and I mean in verse 4, it says in verse 4 that, and you know what I'm saying, his brothers, and could not speak peacefully unto him. His brothers could not speak peacefully. And I'm talking about peacefully, like Joseph couldn't even go to them and say, yo, excuse me, brothers, I want to talk to you, you know what I'm saying, about this dream that I had. About this dream. He couldn't even go to his brothers because his brothers were feeling like some type of female. Instead of just solving it like, you know what I'm saying, grown men, or solving it right there in this moment in time, they decided that truly, you know what I'm saying, the brother their young brother cannot come to him with advice. What's going on, Israel? We see that today. We see that is going on today. Guess what? Same thing was going on back then with our people. Same thing. And this is our forefathers. This is Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. I'm speaking about our forefathers. You got a young brother right now that want to go to his big brother and cannot talk to his big brother because in some way he's the favorite son. He's the favorite son. But don't realize that your little brother always look up to the big brother. But now your brother feeling away because, you know, the father is always talking to him and they always laughing. Instead of participating in their relationship, you decide to hold a grudge. You decide to, you know what I'm saying, hate your brother in thy heart. You decide to do that. Read on.
Verse 6. And he said unto them, hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed.
Read on.
Verse 7. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaf stood around about and made obeisance to my sheaf.
To my sheaf. So now Joseph is talking to his brethren, which they don't want to, you know what I'm saying, which they don't want to hear it anyway. You know what I mean? Which they don't want to hear it anyway, but he's explaining his dream. You know what I mean? So he's saying, for behold, you know what I mean? So he's letting them know that we are, you know what I'm saying, we are binding sheep in the field. So they in the field binding sheep. And my sheep, you know what I'm saying, my sheep arose. So Joseph's sheep arose, you know what I'm saying, that came about. And also stood upright. So Joseph's sheep was still standing up straight. And behold, your sheep, you know what I'm saying? So his brother's sheep stood round about. So they were still on their fours. And made observance to my sheep. You know what I'm saying? So now by him explaining this dream, pretty much this is, so in the next verse, his brother pretty much try to, you know, I think they knew the understanding of it, but they're going left with it. So read read the next verse, please.
God, sir. Verse 8. And his brethren said to him, shalt thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams.
Okay. So you know I like to read, but I'm going to break it down, start from the top.
And his brethren said to him.
So this is what, you know what I'm saying, his older brother said to him, because he came to his brother, you know what I'm saying, even though his brother didn't want to hear about these dreams that he having, but Joseph explained about the dream. Now the dream was, you know what I'm saying, Joseph, you know what I'm saying, the sheep that Joseph had that stood upright. And the sheep that you know what I'm saying, his brothers had that, you know what I'm saying, that was on all fours. So this is what the brother said, you know what I'm saying? This is their interpretation of this dream. So read that from the top.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 8. And his brethren said to him, thou shalt indeed reign over us.
So now his brothers, his older brothers say, what? So do this mean, you know what I'm saying? Do this mean that you're gonna be all supreme over us? Because you had this dream about, you know what I'm saying, your sheep is standing upright and our sheep is down on all fours. So that means this dream is telling you that you're gonna reign above us. Now just remember, they don't like it. They don't like their brother, their younger brother. They're almost younger brother. Benjamin was the youngest, but Joseph was right there. They don't like him. You know, they holding hate in his heart. Every words that come out of Joseph's mouth make him cringe. Make them cringe. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is what happened.
I don't know that.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Now, this is what's going on right now. Because you hate your brother in your heart. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm talking about these is blood brothers right here. What about the brother that lived right next door to you? He played his music up a little too loud. Played that music up a little too loud, huh? And you go over there and you ask him, can you please turn down the music? And he was like, yeah, sure. Then soon you walk into that door, he turned that music back on. And you hold, you know what I'm saying? And you holding, now you really hate. So you go over again. And soon that brother says something, you know what I mean? Because you're waiting for that brother to say something sideways. You're waiting for it. Because instead of you following, you know what I'm saying? Instead of you following the Most High, God is telling you to forgive your brother, because that's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what you would get taught if you were in the ISUPK. So, you know what I'm saying? Understanding these laws, you went by your own laws. You went by your own hatred. Now you're in your emotional state and you're ready to do something to your brother. You're ready to do something to your neighbor. Just remember, Blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians, the only neighbor we have is ourselves. It's Blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians. There's no other neighbor. And I'm not talking about just live next door to you. I'm talking about all over this world. You know what I'm saying? If there's a so-called Hispanic in Venezuela, that's my neighbor. That if it's some, you know what I'm saying? If it's a sister and you know what I'm saying, so-called Brazilian sister, that is my neighbor. Guess what? I live in Yonkers. But regardless, I see those people which are the indigenous, not the Portuguese. I'm talking about the indigenous people that's in Brazil. Those is my neighbors. And I will not sever sin upon them. So you're going to, you know what I'm saying? So you're just going to go to that brother and suffer sin upon him because you got the hate in your heart. Because you're not following the Most High. You're following yourself and you're selfish. You're being selfish. Read on. Reign over us.
And for his words. Verse 9.
Oh no, start off from shall thou reign indeed reign over us, Baba Shah? What?
Verse 8. Shalt thou indeed reign over us? Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us?
So stop right there. So he asking these two questions. So should you be over us or have dominion over us? They took it way left. That's what their younger brother was doing. He was only telling them he had this curious dream. And they went way left with it. Not saying, you know what I'm saying? Not, you know what I'm saying? Not, yo, that's kind of curious, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of, you know what I'm saying, bugged out kind of dream. I never seen an animal stood, you know what I'm saying, upright, you know? But they went way left with it because they had hatred in their heart. Because they had hatred in their heart. So they think that, you know, Joseph you know what I'm saying, is dreaming these dreams, and now they think Joseph going to be over them. You know what I'm saying? Going to reign over them or have dominion over them. This is the question that his brothers are saying, his older brothers. Read on.
And they hated him yet the more.
So they even hate him more by them thoughts that was in their head. Those thoughts. They had these thoughts that went way left. So they internalized these thoughts. You know what I'm saying? They made a mountain out of an anthill. And that's what for Black suspended Native Indians, that's in Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? That's on Saratoga. That have beef with brothers, you know what I'm saying, on Ravine and Warburton. Then you have beef with the brothers that's down the block that live on Orchard. And y'all assume, those dudes up the block hate us. Those dudes up the block, oh man, they be doing crazy things that we don't do over here. And they don't know. They just assuming this. They're going way left. Oh, no, we don't get down like that over here. Like they live like about, 3 states away. They live right down walking distance away from each other. And they think they're totally different. Now, this is Black suspended Native Indians. These are the only people I'm talking to. These are the only people I'm talking to. But we have to be taught again. And the first scriptures that, that I pulled, I'm like, if you, in these little small things that I'm explaining, little small things. Don't assume anything. If you have a beef with that brother, just go to him and settle out. And if you don't know how to do it, you come into the ISUPK and we would teach you how to do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? From the priests and prophets of the Lord.
That's right.
We would teach you this. Because who taught you this, huh? Who taught you this? Your homeboy that you grew up with that slutted out your sister? He taught you this. You know what I'm saying? He going to teach you good things. That's your man's now. You know what I'm saying? Or that girl, or that girl that, that you love so much. You know what I'm saying? And every time when you leave out, she's sleeping with your brother. These are the people who are going to teach you about life. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that, that learning their lessons from the oppressor. That's, that's the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? So, the white man is the devil what the Bible speaks of. That's our oppressor. And we following behind this instead of following behind the Most High God, which are the God of this Bible for Black suspended and Native Indians. And little things for loving your brother, for loving your sister. Show appreciation. That's little things like that. And he said his commandments is not grievous. So read that from the top one more time, please, sir.
The book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 8. Mm-hmm. And his brethren said to him, mm-hmm. Shalt thou indeed reign over us?
Way left. Way left, read.
Or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? This
is their older brother talking to his younger brother and say, what? You going to reign and have dominion over us? That's you're like what? This is our little brother. How they go there? Read.
And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words.
So for his, I told you that they didn't want to hear anything that come out their younger brothers, their young brother's mouth. So they already tight about that. And they put insult to injury. Man, listen, man. We even hate your dreams. We even hate your dreams. You know what I mean? That's the same thing. That's the same thing with the brothers and sisters that, that live on, that live on the block, that's from Yonkers, that's from Harlem, that's from, Washington, D.C., from Philly, from Florida, from California, from Nicaragua. Y'all saying exactly the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You're saying exactly the same thing. What's happened back then is happening now. Those dudes that live down the block, I don't even want to see their face. I don't want to see how they dress. I don't want to see none of that None of that stuff. That's how angry, you know what I'm saying? That's how angry we are towards you know what I'm saying, towards our own brother, towards our own kind. You know what I'm saying? Towards our own kind. Because the only sister and the only brother that you have is a blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Those are the only people that we can rely on. No other nation. No other people. And when we stand on these laws, and the laws is not grievous at all. So his brothers, you know what I'm saying, to get back to the story, you know what I'm saying, to get back to our history. So his brethren didn't like his dreams nor his words. Read on. Read, go to Genesis, go to 10, please. Go to verse 10.
Verse 10. And he told it to his father and to his brethren. And his father rebuked him and said unto him, what is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth?
So now, you know what I'm saying? Now Joseph also, you know what I'm saying, he began these dreams. So he went to his father and he told him the dreams, and even his father didn't misinterpret his dreams. So, you know, so his pops, even, you know what I'm saying, even though his pops is understanding, so on and so forth, he also, you know what I'm saying exactly the same things what his brother is saying. You know what I mean? Read on.
Verse 11. And his brethren envied him.
And his brother what?
Envied him.
Go on.
But his father observed the saying.
So now his brothers envy him. His brothers didn't like how he moved, didn't like the relationship between him and his pops, and they envy him. You know what I'm saying? You can't envy your brother. Don't do that. That's a sin. Don't envy your brother. You know, and you don't have to. Just go talk to your brother. But his father observed this saying. Now, what his father observed? Even though his father, you know what I'm saying, even though his father rebuked him and talking about, are you going to reign over us too? But his father was also wise, and he listened to his, you know what I'm saying, and he listened to and he observed what his son was saying. He observed that because he was like, well, and you know, Jacob, which was his name was changed to Israel, he was, you know what I'm saying, he was following the Lord, and he, you know what I mean, and his name was changed, and he was fighting, and he had his own dream. So you know what I mean. See, he had his own dream. And you know what happened in his dream? And his dream was all night. And he deserved, in the dream that he had, you know what I'm saying, maybe in the future that you know what I'm saying, I'll be, you know what I'm saying, most high willing, I'll be able to break that down. He was fighting in that dream, and at the end of the dream, he was blessed, and his name was changed to Israel. Now, you know what I'm saying? And now we are the 12 tribes of Israel, our forefather, because he had a dream. Read on.
Verse 12. And his brethren went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. So
after, you know what I'm saying, after this thing, after his he told his father, his brother about his dreams. After everything's going on, his brothers left, went and go attend to their business. Read on.
Verse 13. And Israel said unto Joseph.
Wait, Salakia, sir. Let me get there for a second. Salakia for that. Go on, sir. Go on, sir. Salakia.
Genesis chapter 37, verse 13.
Read.
And Israel said unto Joseph, do not thy brethren feed the flock in Shechem?
Go on.
Come, and I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, here I am.
Read on.
Verse 14. And he said to him, Go, I pray thee, see whether it be well with thy brethren and well with the flocks.
All right, so it's pretty much Israel just sent Joseph. Joseph was chilling with his pops like he normally do, and his pops say, "Hey, go up, go up to the field and just observe what your brothers is doing and help them out, if need to." Read on.
And bring me word again. So he sent him out of the vale of Hebron.
Read on.
And he came to Shechem. Verse 15. And a certain man found him. And behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, What seekest thou?
So right now, right now, Joseph is looking for his brothers. He's confusing or whatever. He don't know where to go. And he ran into a man in the field. And the man in the field asked him, "Hey, what's going on? How can I help you?" Read.
Verse 16. And he said, I seek my brethren.
There you go.
Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flocks.
Go on.
Verse 17. And the man said, They are departed hence, for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren and found them in Dothan.
So pretty much the guy that he ran into in the field, the man that he ran into a field, let him know where his brothers was at.
Salakia. And Dothan.
And Dolphin. Read on.
Verse 18. And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him.
All right. And stop right there. Now it says, and when they saw him. Now this is Joseph looking for his brothers, so he could help him out and also go back to his father and let him know what's going on. So, and in the horizon, when they see Joseph's going around, and they are his brother. They are his brother. Read that from the top.
Verse 18. And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them.
Even before they came near unto him. So you got to remember, you got to remember his big brothers don't like him at all. For some reason in their head. They don't like him at all. You know what I mean? And in the same, and there's some reason the Blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians is something that, what's the reason, It's something that we have in us that's, that we hate our brother for what reason? There's no reason at all. No reason at all. Read.
They conspired against him.
They did what?
Conspired against him.
Now this is their older brother. Their older brothers that was feeding the flock, and while they was feeding the flock, they see Joseph, their younger brother, and they conspired against him. They conspired against their brother. They conspired. So what's going on in Chicago? How many brothers is conspired against their brother right now? Over what? Over a couple of blocks that we don't own? You conspired to, do harm to your brother? You conspired, you conspired to whore out your sister because that sister look attractive. So you decided, let me see how I could run game on her and throw it away, a week later. This is not brotherhood. This is not sisterhood. It's laws against that. We ain't even supposed to, in little things like that, if we don't do, we'll be set on high above all nations. Little things like that. To respect that sister and talk to that sister. You know what I mean? And if you lay down with your sister, with that sister, that's your wife. You know what I'm saying? In this kingdom, you know what I'm saying? Sex is just snapping fingers. In this kingdom, sex don't mean anything. And that's the most important thing in your life is, you know what I'm saying? Well, is your body, because that's you. And you should be thoughtful about giving yourself to, you know what I'm saying, to somebody. That's your body. But in this kingdom, you know what I'm saying, a sister could sleep with it's okay for being a whore. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for being a whoremonger. Yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm knocking down mad chicks. You know what I'm saying? I'm knocking down the chicks that's on the east side, and I'm knocking down all chicks on the west side. And by the way, I'll knock down your moms too. But remember, that's your friend. That's your man's in them. That y'all came up in the sandbox together. They came up in the sandbox together. And yes, he would go behind your back and knock down your moms and your sister. And guess what? After when he knocked down your moms and the sister, 2 weeks ago, your man was selling your sister drugs. That's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Your man that you grew up with it, that you knocking down his moms. Oh, he's selling weed to your 13-year-old brother. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing right now. This is what's going on in the streets. And you know it's real. But if we follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and we don't hate our brother in thy heart, we'll be set on high above all nations. For blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian are supposed to be set on high. We're the trendsetters in this world. Everybody follow us. Even in our demise, we still, you know what I mean? We still got flavor. Even though we've been beat down for what? For like about 600 years? You know what I'm saying? For like 600? Yo, the native, you know what I'm saying? The native Indian population, we. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, on these veterans, they pushed them to a corner. They pushed them in a corner with nothing but rocks and nothing. Rocks and nothing. They have nothing. Nothing. And guess what? Insult to injury, this oppressor will run a pipeline through your living room. He done beat you down to powder, push you in the corner, and say, yo, listen up. We're going to run this pipeline through your house. Oh, yes, I know that's the only house that you live in, but we're going to run a pipeline through that. This is the oppression that, and in spite of everything that's going on, they still want to be like us. They still want to be like us. You know? And everything that's going on, you know what I'm saying? We still holding on because we got this certain spirit that the Most High gave us. And it's not by accident that the people who's oppressed is blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. It's not by accident. You know, it's not by accident that we always be depressed together. Always together. Read on.
To slay him.
To slay his brother, his younger brother. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right, a couple of younger brothers got shot this past weekend by older brothers. This happening every week because of what? Because they can't, you know what I'm saying, they can't get along, or you from a different block. This coming to the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? The people that's in the brothers and sisters that's in California, that's in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Go to isupk.com and find the regions that's close to you and call that number. Call that number. And we will teach you how to forgive your brother, how to show your mother respect, how to show your father respect, how to show yourself with respect and not being over emotional. Read on.
Verse 19.
There you go.
And they said one to another, behold, this dreamer cometh.
Slakia, sir. Read that again, please, Father Shaw.
Verse 19. And they said one to another, behold, this dreamer cometh.
So now, you know what I'm saying? Now you got his brothers mocking him. Right after they conspired to slay their young brother. Now they mocking their young brother? Over what? Because he's chilling with his pops? Because his pops gave him a cold? They could get the same cold. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now you're mocking your brother because why? Because he walked different? Because he have different hair? You mocking your sister because why? Because you know what I'm saying, her hair is straight and yours is kinky? This is the mock, this is the reason why you want to slay that sister? This is the reason why you want to slay that brother because the brother walked funny? Or the brother, you know what I'm saying, his shoes is not up to par? Or the brother's not from this neighborhood? This is what we're gonna do? Huh? This is what we're gonna do, huh? And you learn, and I can't say it more. We learning this from our oppressor. This is what our oppressors taught us. That you could mock your brother. You know what I mean? You could disrespect your brother. Your brother has an ailment, or like, you know what I'm saying, that have a disability, you would mock him. You would mock him. You know what I'm saying? Your sister, you know what I'm saying? The sister have straight hair or long hair or kinky hair. Y'all mock that. You know what I'm saying? Conquer and divide. That's what our oppressor, the so-called white man, did towards blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Indians. You know? And it's such, you know what I'm saying? We've been beat down. We learn helplessness. We say to the, you know what I'm saying, to our oppressor, we say, I apologize, sir, for you hurting your hand on my face. We got to that point. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now his, you know what I'm saying? Now the brother, now his older brother is mocking him. Read on.
Verse 20. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him and cast him into some pit. And we will say, some evil beast have devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams.
All right, stop right there. So start from the top, Abba Shah.
Verse 20. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him.
Now it's saying, come now, therefore, and let us slay him. Now, when Joseph got close to his brothers, now Joseph was only there to help out and to observe and get a little report back to his pops. Now, when Joseph got closer, you know what I'm saying, his brethren says, come now, when he was talking to his other brothers, and let's slay Joseph. Let's slay our brother. Let's slay him because him and father is too tight. Because father gave him a damn, you know what I'm saying, a nice coat. Come and slay this brother because he's not from my block. Come and slay this brother because, you know what I'm saying, he walked into the building. Come and slay this sister because she got the wrong outfit on. What are we doing, Israel? But we claim that we love God. And it says in 1 John 5 and 3, you know what I'm saying? This is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments is not grievous. It's not hard to, hey, how you doing, brother? What's going on? Can I help you with anything? That got to be hard. You got to conspire against your brother because Because why? Because he got a couple of dollars? He lived right down the block. He got the same amount of money that you got. We're going to rob him for his rent? Come on. And all of this stuff is coming from the oppressor. All this stuff is coming from the oppressor. And we following suit and following the Most High God. And following his laws, statutes, and commandments. Because just remember, love, brotherhood, sisterhood, friend, brethren, those are all action words. The Christian church, the Catholic church, the Muslim mosque, they say it all day. I love Jesus. But meanwhile, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, your wife is sleeping with your brother. You know what I'm saying? Your brother is sleeping with his wife. But they love God. This is what they teach you. Come as you are and stay as you are. They went into the church as whores and whoremongers, as killers, drug dealers, so on and so forth. And what did the church do? What do the Christian church do? The Catholic church do? Nothing. They do nothing. They do nothing. And the church means school. You're supposed to learn. You're supposed to learn. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the Holy Ghost going to save me. Blah, 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 blah. That just finished saving me. This is what they truly believe. The Holy Ghost. What you mean? What you talking about? Everybody think the Holy Ghost is, come on. That's not what it is. Love, brotherhood, sisterhood, that's the action word. You have to prove that. You bear fruits. Any fruits that you're doing and every fruits that you're bearing, people see it. People see it. You know what I'm saying? We could front and act like, you know what I'm saying, act like that we you know what I'm saying, that we're a good brother. You know? I know I'm a good brother, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm a good brother. Because, you know, I let that, you know what I'm saying, I let that brother go, you know what I'm saying? I gave him a dime bag for free. I'm a good brother. You know? I'm a good brother. I helped that, you know what I'm saying? I helped that sister out. You know what I mean? She needed help with her bags, and I helped her out. And I end up making her whore 2 weeks later because I helped her. You know what I'm saying? I helped her out. That's what you know what I'm saying? This is what we consider good on the block. You know what I'm saying? That's in Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? Which is on Warburton or Elliott or Morris or Cliff, you know what I'm saying? Or Cliff Street. Over, you know what I'm saying? Over there by, you know what I'm saying, by Barrows, by Roosevelt. The same old two-step. The same old, you know what I mean? The same on Walnut, Chestnut, on Elm Street. This is, you know, we showing brotherhood because he gave me half on the pack. But meanwhile, that pack is used to sell drugs to his pregnant sister. This is what it is. And this is the old same old two-step. And you know what I'm saying? And this is what we're reading right now. Read it from the top again, Baba Shaw.
The book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 20.
Read.
Come now, therefore, and let us slay him
Uh-huh.
and cast him into some pit.
So let us slay him and cast him, just throw him in a ditch. How many brothers and sisters was found in a ditch this past weekend, this past month? Like they nothing, just they skin. What they say in an equalizer? Throwing away like a bottle cap. They nothing. That's somebody's brother. That's somebody's sister. Just because why? He was at the wrong place at the wrong time? He was a little mouthy? So instead, you know what I'm saying? Instead of you walking away because he's a little mouthy, he hurt your feelings. So you have to slay your brother, you have to slay your sister and throw him, and read that again, throw him where?
And cast him into some pit.
Cast him into, read that again, cast him what?
And cast him into some pit.
Cast him into some pit. Like, see, you know what I'm saying? To cast him in, cast him into some pit. I mean, any hole would do. Any place would do. You know what I'm saying? Just throw him away like this, like, you know what I'm saying, like in the trash can. Or on the side. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. It's been going on too long, Israel. How long this got to keep on going on? How long? Another 100 years? Another 100 years until we realize this? Until we realize the truth? The truth is, in the ISUBK, follow God's laws. Come into ISUBK and learn these laws and learn how to show brotherhood, sisterhood, you know what I'm saying? How to be a mother, how to be a father. If you follow the law, statute, commandment. Like I said, in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1, if you hearken diligently and listen to the Most High God and follow his laws, Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, 12 tribes of Israel, will be set on high above all nations. If we show love to our brother, if we show that action word. Because if we love the Most High God, we love our brother. We love our brother. That's what we do. You know what I mean? We love our brother. And right there, I know y'all watching, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube and on Facebook. If you see the title, look at the title. There's, you know what I'm saying, there's a book of Matthews right there. Look that up and see what that is. But meanwhile, you know what I'm saying? And so we've been cast into some pit. So you're gonna cast your brother or your sister into some pit. Come on. For what reason at all? For reason. You've been casting brothers and sisters into a pit for how long were you? Were you 50 years old? 40 years old? You've been seeing it all your life, and you're around it now, and you still not getting it right. So you're just gonna keep on following suit. How long we gonna keep on doing this, Israel? How long? Continue getting beat down by this oppressor. And the only thing we have to say is, excuse me, brother. I apologize about that, sister. No sweat, brother. You know what I'm saying? With just a little bump. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta sweat that. You know what I mean? A brother, you know what I'm saying? Brothers coming to go and try to get into a store, and you have brothers, you know what I'm saying? You have brothers around the store. Them brothers supposed to just move out the way and let the brother come straight into the store. My apologies. I know. I apologize for blocking the door. Go straight in. That's how it's supposed to be. Do that sound grievous? Do that sound grievous? But we know what happened. We know what happened on the block. If somebody, you know what I'm saying, it's a bunch of us that's in front of the store, and there's a brother that we don't know try to get into the store. That brother got to think second. You gotta have a thought in his head and say, yo, should I go in that store when there's a bunch of brothers, you know what I'm saying, brothers around? We know this, Israel. We know this is going on right now. This is going on right now. Or cannot walk in the store without somebody trying to sell you something, try to sell you some drugs. Yo, I got that strong weed. I got that weed, you know what I'm saying? I got that weed would have you, you know what I'm saying, have you high for 4 days. What's up? This is, you know what I'm saying? This is what we see. Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. And the reason why we're smoking the weed because we've been beat down. We try to medicate ourselves. Read on.
And we will say, some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams.
So they would say, they would slay their little brother. I just need you to realize this is Joseph's older brothers. This is Joseph's older brothers. The father, you know what I'm saying? The father of Ephraim and Manasseh, the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans. And the rest of the, you know what I'm saying? The rest of the tribe, the Judites, the so-called blacks, you know what I'm saying? You know, oh man, you know what I'm saying? The Mexicans, oh man, the Levite, the Haitians. These are those brothers right here, those brothers and sisters. And read that part again from let me see, and will say.
And we will say, some evil beasts have devoured him.
Stop right there. So they would, you know, so when they have to come across with a story, they have to say to, you know what I'm saying, to their father that, you know what I'm saying, their story will be saying that a beast, an animal had devoured him. Read.
And we will see, Salaka, and we shall see what will become of his dreams.
So now, you know what I'm saying, and you know that was just a backhand compliment right there, just to put insult to injury. Let's see how a dead man would dream. That's pretty much what it's saying. Let's see if a dead man could talk about them dreams. Now, this is his big brothers. You know what I'm saying? Want to do this to this younger brother because he was only talking about his dreams? Because he was just chilling with their pops? Read on, sir. Baba Shah.
Verse 21. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands and said, let us not kill him.
All right. So stop right there. Start from the top.
And Reuben heard it.
So now Reuben, which is the older brother, you know what I'm saying, which is the oldest brother. So Reuben heard this, what, you know what I'm saying, what his other brethren was saying. Read on.
And he delivered him out of their hands.
So Reuben, you know what I'm saying, Reuben took Joseph, what they was about to do, out of, you know what I'm saying, his brother's hands. Read on.
And said,
go on.
Let us not kill him.
So Reuben said, yo, listen up, man. Listen up, come on. Let's not kill Joseph. Let's not kill Joseph. You know what I'm saying? So this is the so-called Seminole Indians right here. Reuben. So he's, you know what I'm saying? So he's seeing what, you know, the evil that his brothers is doing. The evil that his brothers is doing. Now Reuben's the oldest. And he's looking, he's like, yo, what is y'all doing? Start from the top, please, sir.
The book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 21. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, let us not kill him. So
let us not kill him. So he might, you know what I'm saying, the way that he said, let us not kill him. So he tried to say that he was, you know, pretty much down with him, but he's not really down with him. He was just talking so he can have, you know what I'm saying, so nothing won't happen to Joseph. Read on.
Verse 22. And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood,
go on,
but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and laid no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again.
All right. So I was just giving you, like, you know what I'm saying, a brief understanding of the scripture I'm about to break down. So start from the top, Baba Shah.
Verse 22. And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood.
All right, so now Reuben said unto him, shed no blood. Do not kill Joseph. Don't shed no blood, please. Do not shed no blood. Read on.
But cast him into this pit.
But cast him into that pit. This is what Reuben's saying. You know what I'm saying? Try to help out Joseph. So now it sounds funny style. It sounds pretty funny style, you know? You know what I mean? So it's you know what I mean? You got a brother that's on, you know what I'm saying, that's on the block. You know what I'm saying? Hey. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you know what? We're not gonna jump you. We're not gonna jump you. You know what I mean? Even though you're a stranger over here on the block, we're not gonna jump you, but we're going to give you a fair one. We're going to give you a fair one. Now, if you're from the streets, the fair one used to be a fair one. Now, if you give that person a fair one and that person is getting beat down by you, realize you're not going to get a fair one. You're not going to get a fair one. So I'm going to let you know. It used to be fair ones. It used to be fair ones. I said about like 89, 90, up until like 92. Fair ones stopped in 92. So, you know what I'm saying? You had a good fair ones between, you know, from the 70s, the 80s, start dying out. 93, you was getting jumped. You was getting jumped in. There wasn't no more fair ones. You had pocket fair ones, little pockets, little side blocks, so on and so forth. You know, y'all youngest know what I'm talking about. You know, so, matter of fact, I know Harlem, Philly, you know what I mean? Philly, Delaware. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Once in a while, you get a fair one, but if that person is getting beat up, all 50 of y'all are going to jump in. So pretty much Ruben is saying, hey, let's not shed no blood of our brother. Let's not shed no blood. But let's still throw him in this pit. Instead of Ruben standing up and saying no. If you do something to him, you got to do it to me. Reuben's the big brother. I'm going to remind you, he's the oldest brother out of the 12 tribes of Israel. Reuben is. And Reuben should have stand up and said, yo, you're going to have to go through me. That's what Reuben should have said. You're going to have to go through me. And I'm going to let you know, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. So who's willing to step up? And why do we have to go that route? Why we have to go that route? Why do we have to slay our brother? Why do I have to say, don't shed no blood? This is what the big brother's supposed to say. This is what we have to, why we have to shed blood for what? For what reason? You try to say the brothers and sisters can't sit down and squabble this out? Brothers sit down all the time from the streets, which mean that for you to move that pack, before you could, you know what I'm saying, before you could put that work in, you got to sit down with somebody so you get alteration for that. Somebody have to put you onto the game. You can sit down for that, and you try to tell me you can't sit down for something righteous? Huh? We can't sit down for something righteous and say, yo, you know what? We can't do this no more. We can't do this anymore. You know? We can't do this anymore. We can't, you know what I mean? We cannot sell pregnant women drugs. How long this we going? Yo, people were selling my mother and she was pregnant drugs. So now I'm doing it to the next person? But nobody don't want to sit down? Nobody don't think they could repent from that sin? Then, you know what I'm saying? Then become a servant. Now you're serving your people and you're paying off that debt, what you done, and you become a whole new person. I'm letting you know, you could become a whole new person and start serving. I'm telling you, go to isupk.com. Look, you know what I'm saying, and look in any regions that's close to you and call that number. Call that number and become a brand new person. Because that's what we do. We change boys and they become men. We change little girls and they become women and virtuous women. With my brother, you know what I'm saying? My brother, Yawasap Yalo was talking about virtuous woman. Yesterday's class. Virtuous. Ooh-wee. Stock just went up. If a woman become virtuous, oh man. And every woman, you know what I'm saying? And every guy want that. Is that, I'm telling you, men are easy. Men are easy creatures. We are simple. You know what I mean? We are simple when it comes to women. We are simple. You know, you already know. Feed me, rub my back, and other things. Cannot say. But more to the story, that's what men in the ISUPK would do. And that's what we've been doing since 1969. We've been teaching blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians how to come out that hell. How to come out that hell, and now you're serving the people that you were destroying. And you would know, and you don't have to do a Reuben move. You don't have to. You just stand 10 toes down and be righteous with it. Read it again from but Reuben said.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood,
Uh-huh.
but cast them into this pit that it is in the wilderness.
Go on.
And lay no hand upon him.
So Reuben said, okay, let's cast him in a pit in the wilderness. So in the, you know what I'm saying, in the outskirts. So let's cast Joseph in the wilderness. Read on.
That he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again.
So Reuben was pretty much running game. So Reuben was like, you know what I mean? Well, I mainly I would have did something a little different. But Reuben was telling his brothers, yo, let's not shed no blood. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring Joseph to the wilderness. Throw him in the pit. But Reuben was like, yo. Then Reuben's like, yeah, because Reuben wanted to go back to that pit to get his brother and deliver him to his get Joseph and deliver him to his father. That was Reuben's plan. And Baba Shah, this probably be the last verse. Read the next verse.
Verse 23. And it came to pass when Joseph was come unto his brethren that they stripped Joseph out of his coat.
Go on.
His coat of many colors that was on him.
All right. So now, just remember this. Remember his brothers was conspiring. So Reuben heard what his brothers was saying. I'm just giving you a brief story to remind you. So Reuben was hearing what his brother was saying. So all this is happening when Joseph was approaching him. You know what I'm saying? When he was approaching his brothers, so on and so forth. So now, you know what I mean? So now Reuben, you know what I'm saying? Now Reuben wanted to save his brother. So he's like, yo, let's not kill him. Let's not slay him. Let's just throw him in the ditch. Now Reuben was thinking, all right, cool. We're going to throw him in the ditch. I'm going to come back around, deliver him to, you know what I'm saying? Deliver him to Pops. That's pretty much. And you said on verse 23, and it came, it was on verse 23, correct? Salakia. And it came to pass when Joseph was come into his brethren. Read on after that, please, Baba Shah.
That they stripped Joseph out of his coat.
So now now they stripping Joseph out of the coat that his father gave him. Read on. His
coat of many colors.
The coat of many colors. The coat that they was jealous against. They hated, you know what I'm saying? They hated that coat because why? Because the coat was given, you know what I'm saying, to Joseph by the father, which all of them could have had a coat. All of them. All could have said, yo, that's a nice coat. How can I get that coat? How can I, you know what I'm saying, what the things I have to do to get that coat? No, they went straight left with it. And they was jealous behind the coat. So that was the first thing that they do, to strip him. Read on.
His coat of many colors that was on him.
So his coat of many colors that was on him. So now, you know what I'm saying? So this is the ISUPK, started off in 1 West 125th Street under Commander Junior Yohana. And since 1968, we've been teaching the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They are the chosen people of this Bible. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, next week, Lord willing, we start part 2. You know what I'm saying? Of the Brotherhood class, the Sisterhood class. So right now, I'm preaching an officer Portazar out of Yonkers, New York. So Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua to the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Atham Ba'ashim Yahushua to the sisters. And clap it up and pass the class over to Police Officer Yawasap Yala.
Clap it up for the classes. All right, shalom, Yasharala.